Good afternoon, viewers of this recording. We're doing a measuring for this deck. So this is like a curved deck, and then it has two steps. So we're going to be doing a pretty fun, unique railing on this one. But this is kind of the thought process of how we measure a curved railing, and then hopefully there'll be more of like building and stuff. But this is how we're going to be tackling this deck. So we can't really measure the curved part. You can, but if it's something small like this, it's best just to kind of get cardboard and draw the template out and then take that back to the shop and then build along it. So that's what we're going to be doing. And that's what I'll be showing how to do today. But this part we can still draw. So we're going to draw in just the steps where it's going to meet the railing up here. And then we'll draw the front half of this railing for the steps into SketchUp. We'll make a cut list for that, give that to the guys, and then they will just attach it to this piece, which they'll be building not off of a blueprint, but off of these cardboards that we'll be templating. So all I need for this is a tape measure, a framing square, and then this level. And pretty much all we're doing is measuring the height of the noses from each nose, and then also the horizontal distance from the nose to the nose of the step. And so I've got my SketchUp open. Maybe I can do a little screen recording here. We will record that, and I'm gonna start drawing it in. So what I'm doing is I'm holding this framing square a few inches back, and then I'm going to level it until this bubble's leveled, because right now it's sitting at an angle, and so it's not giving me the true height from here to here. So I've got to level it and then bring my tape measure in and mark it. So I've got 8 1/4. I'll throw 8 1/4 in here. Now we can measure the horizontal distance. I'm just hitting the back of the step. I'm not measuring to the overhang here because this is where the nose of the step is. So depending on where I set my rail, it could affect hitting this. So I'm not measuring back, I'm just measuring to the front of the nose. So again, I'll make sure that this is all leveled out. I can hook it to the back of my framing square. And once I get it leveled, take a look. Say 10 3/16 for that. Next, measuring the height from this nose to this nose. So you can't read the tape, but that's okay. Leveling it out. And 6 1/4. 6 1/4 in. This one again. I'm gonna say 10 7/8. And then we can measure the height one more time. Which is 6 1/2, we'll say. Oops. And then I'm just gonna give myself 12 inches on the top, and then maybe 24 inches where the concrete's going. And then the other key thing that I want to get is the width of this board, is because I want to be able to center it on this. I want to center the rail on this board. And so I'm just going to put that in so that when I go to draw it, I know where I can put my base plate, where I need to set the post, so that I'm not offset either way. So we're going to land right in the middle. So I'm gonna come up here, and I just drew in my 5 1/4 width. Then I can go back and, add my lines. And then I could leave myself a little note if I wanted, so I know that this is concrete. And then we can even say top of deck. just to eliminate any confusion. Okay, so that's pretty much all we're doing for the stairs. The next is we're going to be using the cardboard to actually template it out. So we close this up. And we're going to start covering the curve with the cardboard. And we actually already measured this, so I don't need to go through the whole thing, but some key things is you want to obviously mark these. So, you know, this one's going to be 1, this one's going to be 2, that one's going to be 3. And then what we can do once it's down, just make sure they don't like shuffle around or anything like that. And then you can just hold it in place, follow that line on the deck, and just drag the Sharpie across. Just like this. Grab the next one, draw it across. And you're gonna follow that all the way to the end. And then what you can do also is like just draw a couple lines where these cardboard hits so that we know we're marking it up like exactly where we want. And I'm gonna, well, not do that because we actually already drew the lines we wanted. And that's pretty much it. And so when we go to tube roll it, we can flip these around, line them up how we want, and then when we go to tube roll it and these are laid out, we can just match this curve. So obviously the curve is going to be going the opposite way, but that's okay because we can take that piece and just flip it back the other way, and it's going to be this curve, which is what we need. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we would measure that. We have everything we need now to go into SketchUp, draw the steps, and then we can take the cardboard and then template it at the shop. So.